this, and I mean, I wish I could say what is the better side to go, but I unfortunately do not. So the only thing I can know from my experience of playing in a matchmaking is, I mean, mid control is really interesting. It's a little bit easier to just slow things down. It's a big map, a lot of angles, a lot of different varieties. I mean, you're looking at every single thing above and below, right, left, center, everything. So it'll be interesting to see what heroes or agents are going to be selected. My apologies. I mean, because we definitely will have to see if there will be some sentinels placed as well. Your choice.
Yeah, look at this. Killjoy on the side of Grapefruit Techniques, is, I do believe, as well as the Breach and the Sage. We're about to see Sage as well. That's just gonna add a whole new level of I don't even know, like just map control in general with that wall. And I mean, everybody likes to say that Icebox is just completely covered in angles. That's really tough for the attacker side in general, just like you were talking to me about earlier, Laz. So, I mean, adding a wall into the mix from Sage as well as some healing, that's going to be very interesting.
Hoo-wee. I mean, I'm excited. Honestly, I'm excited to see Sage back. You know, and we've seen that in some of
Choose
the
your
top
agent.
tier teams. I mean, Sage is becoming definitely back in the rotation of agents. So I'm glad to see she's not completely just forbidden and forgot about. So, and especially in a map like this, like you said, I'm going to be curious to see how they're going to utilize the walls. And of course, with the res, that always is the biggest added bonus for a second opportunity in that round.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's also very interesting. We are seeing the Rays as well. And here is our new flyover of Icebox. Man, this is the first time I get to see this in the Valorant Sunday Showdown. So this is it's gonna be interesting, just to say the least. You know, everyone likes to say that they hate this map, but here we are. You know, we're on Icebox for the first time in the Valorant Sunday Showdown.
No, I'm definitely, we were talking a little bit about it before, and I mean, I am excited to see, a competitive match on this map. I mean, it is brand new. It's, very recently just getting added into the competitive pool. So a lot of variety, a lot of opportunity for teams to really just try different things. So it's a good way for them to just try different exploits, see what they can find. And there's just so much variety on this map. So a lot of high angles, which definitely we don't see as often in the other maps. So that's what makes this very unique.
Oh, and look at that. Already with some new tech here with the cam. Um, Speaking of agent selections, it looks like Penguin Sledding are going with the Rays. Unless they are on the...
Enemy removed.
Yeah. I'm still a little confused in my head right now as to which side is which, but it's okay because at the beginning of the agent selection, they like changed the colors on me, so it's just a little weird in my head there. But here we are. I mean, Penguin Sledding on the defense, one member down already. But Grapefruit Techniques, you know, they're trying to figure out how to take control of this A or mid push here, and it's already looking a little slow.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit interesting because that actually was the race from Penguin Sledding that was playing very aggressive, trying to get that, first frag if possible, but actually gets taken down. So now defense, they need to play a bit more passive and wait for the attackers to kind of get ready to hit the site. And that's exactly what we see. Brew going to be throwing up the wall, doesn't spot the jet, just sitting inside the smoke. But look at this. Oh my goodness. But Brew able to make the connection, takes it down. And now a 5-on-3 situation. The spike's getting planted. Foreplay going to get it down, but Exobia going to be able to take one. King able to reply back, and holy moly guacamole, we are on a 3v2 choice.
Wow. Okay, two members quickly go down from Grapefruit Techniques. And oh my goodness, it looks like Breach was just about to get caught out, but no, he survived somehow. And King is going off right now with a 4K to finish off this first round. And what a crazy pistol round, Laz. Oh my goodness, I don't even know.
I mean, the Breach was playing really well. I mean, he was using, the fault line, using the flashes, really just trying to make it slow down here for Penguin Sledding. But King picking up a quad kill as the Ghost, had the armor, picked up a Ghosted later on. That was a big combo, and that combo was definitely the big value pack.
Yeah. I mean, whatever just happened there is still pretty, it's still pretty new to me in general. So, I mean, that 4K from King was pretty darn well executed. Most of them were headshots. He was doing some absolute work on the Grapefruit Techniques. But now we're moving into round two. getting a little bit of guns in the hands of Penguin Sledding, including the Marshall in the hands of King. So, looking down this mid area. They're running up the tube. Hazard completely turns around and gets a beautiful headshot onto Foreplay. But Giovanni returns the favor. Already an interesting start.
How does he land that shot with the ghost that close? Hazard. I mean, it was only one frag, but still, he shut it down. He got the spike down. But holy, I mean, the fact that he's got that close of enemies pushing him and he just lands it immediately. Now even Grapefruit, they're going to have to reconvene and post up together. They're stuck in the back and middle again. Only down to 4. And look at the HP from all the players across the board. It's very, very low. Brew actually going to go for the heal on the Omen. So decides to keep himself very low. But now PSH going to be the one with the Sheriff, just kind of scouting things off. This is an interesting round here, Choice.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of having trouble figuring out which way they want to push. King is in the right place at the right time, covers his back, but no, he's going to get a lot of damage put out onto him, but he survives, and he is now in the crate on site here. And the push-up from Grapefruit is absolutely denied from Hyun.
10 seconds left.
This is what I was talking about. Look at the high ground angle. This is exactly what is so different than every other map. The fact that you can have this kind of a cheeky angle and gets the spike down, and they're not even going to be able to get the plant. So this is going to be a second round for Penguin Sledding. It all came down to the one player up top.
Oh my goodness. PSH gets a nice little Sheriff shot there at the end. Almost dies to the grenade, but this is already looking pretty interesting, Laz. I mean, like, we keep saying it, and we're probably going to harp on it the whole time, because this is, I think, both of our first time actually casting an Icebox match in general, if I'm correct. But, yeah, we're going to be... Oh, yeah. We're probably going to feel that in the next couple of rounds, but... yeah, I think just the tech is still getting figured out from all of these teams, and we're definitely going to feel that.
And now, yeah, so even Hazard does have the Vandal, so the money's coming out, and I believe that even the attacking side, they have their money out too, because they should be on the 3rd, but we'll have to see what is going to be in plan. Grapefruit, they need to pull something back. I mean, they're already 2 rounds down. It actually looks like it is just going to be PSH with the Sheriff only, so just post it up. But look at this aggression from Penguin Sledding. They're already pushing up on the other side of B, and now Hazard just trying to hold them back a little bit longer, and he's been doing a good job before, but now he's going to have to do it again because he's completely stuck in the corner, and they know he's here. Not able to escape yet, but finally has his opportunity, makes way of that small window.
Wow. And that pushed off Grapefruit Techniques there for a second. They actually got off, but PSH here trying to get some mid control, but the rival Raze is there and ready for any sort of push. But it looks like he's actually going off and going into the A site. Now this is a huge execution from Grapefruit Techniques. They're pushing through pipes here, trying to get into it, but there are 2 in screens. Giovanni's going to pick up 1, but no. PSH got that mid control, was able to take out Hazard from the backside, and now it is just a 2v4, and now a 1v4 in the favor of Grapefruit Techniques.
I don't even know what happened. I mean, Grapefruit, they didn't really put a lot of money on the board, I believe. And Penguin Sledding, they completely fell apart one by one, and they're not even able to pick up any frags except for one onto Giovanni. I mean, that's a big round for Grapefruit considering all things, and they really just played it cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, absolutely. And they used their utility in, I think, the perfect way, really. Taro might actually get a kill onto the rival Omen if the rival Omen isn't careful, but they're just kind of hanging out there in the spawn, kind of goofing off a little bit. But yeah, you saw the Sova recon dart perfectly hit the back of sight just under the rafters there, and then the Paranoia was able to hit, I think, 2 members of Penguin Sledding, and I think that was the key to Grapefruit Techniques, like perfect push onto the site. They were able to get the frags out and establish themselves as dominant on that round.
My thanks.
Absolutely, and I mean, now it's going to be interesting once we see Penguin have enough money on the board to get an AWP in their hands, but instead they actually do decide to go for the double marshal. So we'll have to see what they can do with it. I mean, never count it out ever. I mean, it is not as impactful as an operator, but definitely can make some damage, of course. And they're actually both going to be posted up right on top of each other. So waiting for the player to cross, and this should be an easy frag, but they make the connection. Giovanni picks up a double. How does he do it?
Oh my gosh, and that is Penguin Sledding absolutely falling apart. Their defense is now just in shambles. 2 members left alive, and this is the A site basically for free for Grapefruit Techniques. I think it's just because they missed the first 2 shots with the marshals.
I think they might even have caught the one because the Sova was a bit low, but the fact that he picks up a double when he gets hit, like, that's unheard of.
I know. They were stacked up perfectly. He got the headshot. Taro, I think, might actually commit to this, or at least to some exit frags here.
That wall is spammable. He could have tried to go for it if he wanted, but the foreplay actually does make the noise. Bit of a distraction, picks up the frag, and Grapefruit. What a fantastic round. Great showing from them. Now equalizing it to a 2-2. We're still early on, going into round number 5, but holy, I mean, Giovanni, I mean, that is such a big impact. The fact that he was gifted that double kill, but it didn't even look like it was supposed to be for him at all.
Yeah. Yeah, those marshals were looking in the right place at the right time. It just, you know, you lose out to Giovanni and the Phantom. Like, just perfect spray. I don't know. I don't even know how he really, like, got his reticle there, but it's just the sign of a really good player.
I mean, that's the thing, like at the VSS, right? Like we see these top caliber players, and that's the difference between, you know, I'm going to say myself, I won't say my rank, but I mean, you know, people like myself and these guys here. So, but now look at this. Nonetheless, it's back to a 4-on-3, making it the 3-on-3. Brew able to pick up the other. And now it will be the Jet going to be pushing through on the defensive side, but the HP for the Killjoy is low. Foreplay does have full HP, full utility to work with. Look, he's posted up. He's going to be able to be gifted a frag here potentially, but no! King actually annihilates him, and now it's just down to PSH.
And I feel like this is the effects of Icebox itself. Like, really, it's, you know, 2 really dominant rounds from Grapefruit Techniques, and then all of a sudden Penguin Sledding just absolutely dominate them in this right there 5th round. And that was Spike down in Kitchen, and it was just falling apart almost from the beginning for Grapefruit Techniques. And I once again, I just think that's just the effects of Icebox at the moment. It's still so new, and these players are still trying to figure it out in a really competitive sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, Choice, because with a new map, it's hard to take any kind of negativity with it, right? Because you're still trying to figure it out. You don't know what teams are doing on this map. You don't know what the meta is. So it makes it so difficult for you to really get frustrated if you're losing. I mean, obviously nobody likes losing, but you have to learn from just, should I do this? Is this the right play? And I mean, that's just going to be the whole point now that it's in the competitive pool.
Yeah, and I love being here kind of at the forefront of an establishing meta, really, because these players are on ground zero. This is a live tournament. You know, they are figuring out new stuff, and the Rolling Thunder is going to come out onto the B site, and this is going to be a huge commit. Hyun, though, is going to take out Foreplay, but PSH returns the favor, and now this is another Rolling Thunder going in the opposite way.
Oh, but Taro tries to push through, but just not able to. The Omen battle ends up well for the attacking side, and now that's going to be a triple for the Killjoy, but King finally takes him down, looking to find more, but this is going to be a quad kill to win the round, but Giovanni gets the head of King, now making it back to the 3-3. It's a bit of a dicey game. I mean, it's just back and forth we go here, Choice.
I really like watching Sentinels on this game. Cypher, you know, King has been doing a fantastic job being in the right place at the right time, getting these kills, these frags that are huge potential for Penguin Sledding. And then on the other side, PSH, you know, has been putting his turret in some great places, getting some big intel, especially down mid there. And it's really fun watching them kind of top frag for their team.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see, especially with like some of the nerfs that we saw coming from those agents. I mean, a lot of people were quite concerned, but they definitely can make their impact, of course. And
Wow.
speaking of impact, the lockdown has been initiated. So they need to be able to retreat back or go for this fight. But look at, they're actually pushing through and they're trying to make some kind of damage, but it's just not panning out.
What a weird exchange. You've got almost every member of Penguin Sledding moving up mid really aggressively. Human is going to be taken out by PSH, and this is really tough for Penguin Sledding. They had the strat, they had the push, but ultimately they backed off. I don't know if they like tried a different strat, they got scared, I don't know what happened, but they moved back through mid to get on the backside of A, and they were just absolutely demolished by Grapefruit Techniques.
Yeah, and Grapefruit Techniques have done a really good job. Like, it seems like they have the right rhythm, like the right pace. I mean, they're not playing it too aggressive. They're not playing it too slow. They definitely have a good footing so far. I mean, we're seeing that they've only lost one round in the last 5. You can see they had 2 in a row, lost 1, and 2 in a row and again. So they're definitely on the right path. The more the pressure going to be for Penguin Sledding, because on the defense, you want to play a little bit unorthodox. You want to play different every single time as much as possible so that it makes it harder for the attackers to, you know, just run over you.
This is a very interesting teleport from Taro with a beautiful sight towards Garage. And now Hun is in another great spot just under the tube here in mid. Might actually get a frag here once this smoke goes down, but no, he backs off just before. Oh my goodness, Zabota there is in the perfect position to be able to take him down, and that's 2 members down almost at the beginning of this push.
Oh, Taro. Bit of a missed spray and just not able to follow the player. Oh, you hate to see it. And that's one of the difficulties of playing those tight angles. I mean, you got to be ready. A little bit slow, but unfortunate. But Penguin Sledding, still 2 members remaining against 5. I mean, at this point, I mean, is it even worth going for it? Is it worth to try to contest? I mean, you've lost so many rounds in a row. You might just want to keep these rifles for the next.
Hey, Moonblue does have a good position. Takes out 1. King is there as well to take out PSH in mid, but Foreplay takes out Moonblue, and that is a 1v3. But I will say the Omen has almost no health at all, and I don't know if the heal is going to be able to come out from Sage, but no, it's not. Zabota is taken down by King, and this is his moment to really shine, but no, the flashpoint comes out and Brew capitalizes on that and takes out King in a big moment.
That is the biggest thing to note from that round is when you play a breach, you're essentially playing the biggest support for your teammate, because that flashpoint was absolutely pivotal. That was so good. And I mean, that allowed the Sage, which is Brew, to pick up that frag, because really King's been, you know, doing very well this game, 9 and 6, definitely at the top of the team. And that could have been a one-on-one situation that would have been really, really quite scary for these guys. But instead, the teamwork pans out very well for Grapefruit.
Yeah, absolutely. They're looking really strong. And it seems like Moonblue's been holding on to this showstopper. Are we going to see it pop out here? I just don't know yet. The Omen teleport goes out, and now Zabota is on the B site.
Look at how aggressive they are. I mean, even the breach here for Penguin Sledding, that is Hazard, was actually pushing all the way through, but Brew takes him down. They seem to try to do this, but it's just not working out for them, so they don't have the right timing. It seems like it's just a bit off, and Grapefruit just completely reading it every single time this has been attempted.
Yeah, it seems like they've really put some... This is... Oh, no! Zabota!
Oh.
Oof. What is going on? Took a little bit of time to get some more intel before taking the shot onto King. Right, almost paid dearly for it.
Now Foreplay getting ready, using the flash, going to be pushing in, so going to be behind Yellow Box. But now I will be going to be able to pick up the 1 frag with the Sheriff, and now the fake teleport from Taro. This is a good way of just using the sound cue, so they might not expect him to be here, but the wall is blocking it. Going to be posted up. They're a little bit of a tight angle that you can still see through it, so the wall doesn't cover it completely. The attackers, they're completely posted up on the Yellow Box, and this is a strong position because you can see the breach is just on the other side, ready to throw flashes when needed. And it's all about that timing like we saw before.
Oh, wow. Moonblue comes in hot, but Brew's going to take him down as well. PSH, this is a 3v1. Hyun's trying to get as much done as possible, but I just don't think you're going to be able to do anything in this situation. no, he is not. 4Play is going to eventually take him down. And I just really have to point this out. Brew has been doing really good with the Sage on this map. That ice wall was perfect. That positioning was perfect. You had to go around the backside of the box in the middle of the site to completely, you know, show yourself, expose yourself, really. And they were all hiding behind the yellow box. And, I mean, it was perfect positioning by them.
Yeah, it really was, and I'm really excited, like I said before, like that we have the Sage back in the server. I mean, it was a bit scary, you know, like not even scary, it was a bit unfortunate that we saw that Sage was so popular, then just completely got nerfed, but now it's definitely made its way back into the meta. And the Sage wall has definitely been a very big impact for these guys on this side.
Ooh, another unfortunate positioning for Penguin Sledding. Breach was completely exposed and pulled out some utility. Was taken out in the middle there. A couple of shots here, and another beautiful wall from Brew.
Oh, and Moon is actually looking to find the showstopper, but actually misses it. Doesn't even make the connection in 4Play. Death from above, he drops, taking down another, and Grapefruit keeping it going even longer. 7-3 choice. I mean, we're going down to these last two, but really Grapefruit. I mean, this is a prime fruit here, apparently.
Yeah, absolutely. They're looking real buff, like they've actually put in some real hours into this map, you know, putting together their playbook, really, and they're executing it pretty well. I have a feeling that a lot of teams, you know, well, at least Penguin Sledding are going to be reviewing this footage, because I mean, some of the tech coming out of Grapefruit Techniques is looking real nice. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, really enjoying the way that Grapefruit is taking this attacking side on Icebox. I mean, they've just tried different things over and over. I mean, it's just unpredictable, and that's what makes it so hard as a defensive side, because you just don't have any sort of idea what they do or any gimmicks, and we're not seeing it so far from Grapefruit.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade.
They're looking really strong here. PSH getting a lot of damage out onto the Omen, but King is there with a big headshot on the Brew. That is another pivotal member for Grapefruit Techniques, but no, Moonblue doing as much as they can again. Moonblue is doing some work here on the side of Penguin Sledding.
You got a stinger. I mean, you got 18 bullets. You got hit with a paranoia. They know where you are. But look at this, trying to get around. And I really like the idea. But PSH picks up a triple, and Grapefruit 8-3. And I mean, we're going in that last round of the first half. And if we can see Penguin pull this up, that'll be somewhat a respectful half, I think, considering on Icebox. I mean, it's been just a dominant performance we've seen here from Grapefruit Techniques.
Dominant indeed. If you're looking to be 9-3 at the half, that's definitely a dominant round. But hopefully Penguin Sledding, like you said, can get that last one to make it 8-4. That would be, once again, like you said, Laz, a respectable half for them, especially on this crazy map that it's just so unpredictable. And especially against a team like Grapefruit, who looks like they've been putting some time in. Zabota takes out his rival Omen and Taro, and it's looking to be another Grapefruit round.
Yeah, and it seems like Grapefruit, they find the first connection right away. I mean, that's something I've noticed a lot from Penguin, is that they seem to put a little bit more pressure, but it isn't working. So I'm not sure if that's something they're noticing, or if maybe they just thought that, you know, Grapefruit's getting lucky. But that's something we notice every time. They just seem to start their games off pretty much 4v5.
Really tough, but Moonblue might actually, gets the headshot onto Zabota, comes around the corner, catches him with his teleport in hand. And now, once again, another ultimate from the Killjoy.
Yeah, this lockdown is so impactful. I mean, it just pretty much clears the site entirely. You either have to fight or you have to fall back and wait for it. And it's just such a good way to get the spike down. You see the res comes through from Brew, and that's going to be a good opportunity. But Penguin Sledding, sorry, they're just not able to make any frags connect at all. And now it's just down to a 2-on-4 here choice.
That's a really tough position. The aftershock comes out. Is it going to be able to do anything? The flashpoint comes out as well. He is still alive. I don't know how. And the rolling thunder. So much utility being pushed out here. But no. PSH picks up the last one for a 3K, and I have no idea how
Switching sides.
4Play stayed alive in that.
Bit of a mystery, but nonetheless, Grapefruit 9-3. I mean, we're switching things over to the second half. We'll have to see if Penguin have a dominant attacking side, but right now, Grapefruit, they're feeling good. I mean, the momentum is completely behind them. And that's a scary thing, especially with any FPS title. I mean, it's momentum is very, very key, and especially with confidence. And right now, they're pretty much on high octane.
Yeah, and they're looking to finish it off here in a quick fashion, pulling some ghosts and some light armor as well. So I have a feeling that they're really trying to finish this off here.
Revealing area.
And don't know what's going to happen here. Brew getting really aggressive. Just like I said, trying to finish it off, but no, gets absolutely demolished there at the end. Taro, what is going on here? Some big kills.
Yeah, these are really, really big frags. And now Grapefruit, they're actually to be down 2 members. So Penguin had this problem before, but now it's actually completely turned tables. But look at that shot from 4Play. Denies the plant, but still lots to go. And now it's just down to the Omen. A 1-on-4, Ghost in hand. Has 1 dark cover ready to go if needed. This is a tough situation to be in, taking significant amount of damage. And now he's got 3 members of Penguin just looking at him, ready. And he's going to get hit by the stun, but he actually makes the drive-by shot before he gets taken down. 9-4, and Penguin, they finally pick up a round.
You got to be feeling good there. I mean, obviously, Penguin Sledding are enjoying the attacker side better. I mean, that was just 1 round in the half, but they looked really dominant, only dropping 2 members.
Right there.
And the last one really just kind of just like a drive-by, like you said. But yeah, we'll have to see in this second round. We've got some big buys from Grapefruit Techniques. Or excuse me, Penguin Sledding. Thanks, Riot, for continually keeping me on my toes. On who's on what side, what colors what, I just don't know. But here we go. Big push from Moonblue. He's got this LMG in hand. And
They already have this hallway control. I mean, that's kitchen. So, I mean, the fact that they've already pushed up through, and look at 4Play. He only has a classic, but look at all the damage he's trying to do. He's trying to make some kind of distraction. He gets taken down, and now Hazard. What's the ghost to work in the spike? Isn't even planted yet.
Oh my goodness. A big shot from Zabota, even while blinded. Is it going to be enough, though? It's not. King takes down Zabota, and that's a big round for Penguin Sledding, who is on the defender side, or excuse me, attacker side, and getting the first 2 rounds under their belt, just like the first half. And we'll see if Grapefruit Techniques, once they get some guns into their hands, they're able to do pretty much like run away with it like they did last time. But this map really is a mystery. That's all I gotta say.
It really is, and that's what makes it so unique, is that there's just no right or wrong way. I mean, we haven't seen anything that's like the obvious, you know, things to do like we see on Binds or Havens or things like that. But that's what makes it so unique for both these teams, because really, they have no idea.
Take flight.
Yeah, one thing I will say, when I was in my studies of this map, a big thing that I thought would be important for teams to take care of is kitchen control, and that's what Penguin Sledding did last round. They really took control, but wow! A quick headshot from Giovanni, sending some shock darts down through this cage here. Is he going to be able to survive much longer? 4Play gets around in the back. What is going on with these kills, Laz?
Yeah, he's just working this box and just, you know, unpredictable. And now Jack in the box, and he's able to take down more, so making it a 2-2. The spike's still not planted. I mean, lots of time here for the attackers to make any decision they want. That's a really good hold that we saw. And that was only with a Guardian, but now PSH going to be creeping through, gets the easy frag in the back of the head against Moon, but able to take down King. And finally, we see a little bit of a rebound here from Grapefruit.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at PSH, 23-7. I don't know what you're on right now there, PSH. If you've been drinking the Red Bulls in the background, I just don't know. But 23-7 on a Sentinel like Killjoy is, you know, that's pretty big. Definitely pretty
Definitely
big.
making statements. Definitely making those statements.
Here we go. 10-5 in the favor of Grapefruit Techniques. Looking to close this round out for themselves. Zabota in some very interesting positioning. Here's the spray. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that.
Look at the spot that he's in. So now he actually throws the dark cover, sprays, but not able to make the connection. Hazard wins that duel. Now going to be creeping through, gets the orb. So now the ultimate is available for Hazard, which is the Rolling Thunder. PSH, like we said, the big top fragger here for Grapefruit, going to be holding things on his own, being that sole anchor. But now that Rolling Thunder going to connect, but Fourblade takes down Moon on a bit of a flank. So now he's going to be able to use his utility and try to help his teammates. The spike still getting planted.
With 8 HP, actually makes it out of that situation. With the spray coming from Grapefruit Techniques, and there goes the Rolling Thunder. This is going to deny a lot of vision for them. Now pushing in onto the site. Now it's in the favor, but no! Hyun is too good! Oh no!
Oh, but just misses the shot. Oh, but he's going for the back and he gets it. Oh my goodness, but Penguin Sledding, they pull it through. That was looking a little bit worrisome, but it ain't pretty, but it's gonna work, and they pick up another round.
I am in absolute disbelief right now, Laz. That round looked like it was going to go towards Grapefruit Techniques, but no. Penguin Sledding were able to pretty much every member dodge the Rolling Thunder from Grapefruit, survive, and that op shot from Hyun was just too good. It's too good.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. I mean, just outstanding play. But I mean, I was a little bit nervous. I mean, that op, I mean, it was missed the first time. You're like, okay. I mean, then you get another chance and it works. So Penguin Sledding definitely putting us on the edge of our seats. Down by 4, but still a lot of opportunity for them, making them get to that double digit and even tie point.
Yeah, absolutely. And another crazy op shot from Hyun. He is looking on top of his game right now, PSH, with his own operator in hand, trying to get something done. Oh no, this is the Marshall, excuse me. Misses 2 shots, but now has a ton of information in his hands. Hazard, what? Takes down Foreplay in the mid.
Spike planted.
And that's sight for them.
Exoda actually gets that connection, does a bit of damage with the Ghost as he's actually running through. But now only down to 3 players, the HP for the Omen quite low, leaving it just 2 remaining, the Sage and also Killjoy, but there's not much to find. But Brew, he's able to find something with the Sheriff. Oh, Hazard, you're going to be going to bed now. And it's a 4-on-3, but still not a lot of weapons to work with. And they need to act fast as this spike, it is ticking. And time is the essence here.
Oh, the smoke comes down. Oh, tries to get something done with the showstopper. Isn't able to do anything just yet. Oh no! I don't know if they gave up on it. Yeah, I think they just gave up on it.
I think they realized that there wasn't enough time, so they both actually decided just get the frags, try to damage that economy if they can. Definitely the right play to do. I mean, they must have communicated that. If it was a little bit slower, I'd be a little bit more nervous, but nonetheless, I mean, it's a bit of an up and down round, but you know, Penguin, they do respond back in their favor, and they are creeping their way. They're clawing back here, Choice.
I know. It's starting to look like attacker side on Icebox is the way to go, apparently. I mean, PSH still on top of it all with 23-9, looking so fantastic on the Killjoy. Sending in a really aggressive push here is Grapefruit Techniques down the A site. Kind of a big read from them. And Brew with a huge headshot onto Hyun, and that's going to be pretty much the person they need to take down. A lot of utility being used on this push, though.
Yeah, look at this, already pushing through the site. The Hunter's Fury's been burned, and now Moon gonna fall down. Giovanni takes down 1 before Hazard able to pick up a triple for himself. Does have the spike. It's a 2-on-3 situation in favor for the attackers, but that's gonna be the plan. Actually gonna get denied. PSH definitely showing us why he's been on top of the board, and now using the ultimate. This is the perfect time to do it. I mean, this is pushing back the time for Penguin Sledding to do anything.
I know exactly where
That's
you
perfect
are.
because the spike is down.
Recalling my bot.
A little bit tough situation for him right now. Now he knows he's in screens, in that moment, he's going to be pushing through that CT side, I do believe. Yes.
Oh, this angle from PSH.
30
He's actually
seconds
creeped
left.
all the way around. This is perfect because he knows the Cypher knows he's close, but he's gonna be able to have a free shot, but he makes it connect, and that's the triple. Living with 30 HP and Grapefruit. Somehow they pulled that round, and that was just the round of ultimates. I mean, that was back and forth from both sides using their ults.
Such a weird round indeed. I mean, like, I didn't know who was going to take that one, but PSH, you really cannot count out PSH. He's been on top of it, like, just on top of the game, and really using Killjoy's utility in his favor in a big way, really. Uh-oh, Giovanni taking a little bit of damage from that fall.
Given a little bit of an advantage for Penguin there. He's like, yeah, I'll take some HP off, and actually already burn the heal from the Sage. I think I just heard the sound cue, but
I think so.
That's not what you want to do early on in the game.
Yeah, a little unfortunate start to the round there, but no. Mid control is in the favor of Penguin Sledding, so they are pushing up really hot with these flashpoints. Lots of damage going back and forth here, but no, PSH and Brew taking out 2 members of Penguin Sledding. Going to send them kind of with their tails behind their between their legs there.
And now look at this. I mean, Taro's just stuck in middle, right underneath the top point, and that's actually going to be Moon that wins that exchange against PSH. Looking for more, going to be able to throw the paint cans. That's going to do a significant amount of damage, and now it will be the back. He's able to make the connection, takes down Moon. So a 2-on-4 situation, but the paranoia connects, and King, I don't even know what's happening. I mean, Penguin, they just seem to find these openings.
Planted.
So weird, just barely missing the paranoia from the side of Grapefruit
You will
Techniques.
not kill my
And there
ally.
it is. The right member to res in this situation. I love this angle. The fence's angle there is just ridiculous. Now Zaboda trying to get something done with the dark cover on both sides. Really, this 2v4 is going to be really tough, but you know what? Penguin Sledding can do it, especially with that start off there.
Wow, Taro and King, they pull it through!
Here.
A shooting gallery for them, and they decimate the incoming defenders, and they hold it down perfectly, make the final blow, and now they're only a few rounds away from tying this thing up.
And that's
This
what
is
I'm
looking a
talking
bit
about.
Scary.
It is. I mean, starting a 9-3 half, and now it's 8-11. That's pretty tough if you're Grapefruit Techniques. But, I mean, that yellow box hold is so... It's too good from the side of Penguin Sledding. I had a feeling they would be able to pull it off because they had both sides of the box covered, and, I mean, Grapefruit had to take them out.
They completely did, and I mean, like you said, I mean, that yellow box has been a very big angle to hold and been very beneficial for both sides that we've seen when they're on the post-spawn situation. But as they're going to take down PSH, I mean, not a lot of weapons on this side on the defense, so a bit of a lighter buy than we've seen. And now, Penguin, they have the player advantage. They're going to be able to keep things through here.
Player standing.
What is going on? Some very interesting frags from the side of Penguin Sledding. And that's another round under their belt, 11-9. Laz, what does Grapefruit Techniques need to do to stop this like really strong push from Penguin Sledding?
I mean, the thing that we're noticing is that, you know, the one big fragger is PSH from Penguin. But I mean, we noticed across the board for Grapefruit that they, you know, they're well distributed across the board. So I'm kind of wondering if they want to put a little bit more aggression, try something a little bit different. Maybe put some more pressure in mid, maybe put a little bit more pressure towards A. We haven't seen it a lot, but it would be interesting to see if they actually try to do something like that, just to keeping Penguin on their guessing game.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what they're going to need to be able to stop this dominant attacker performance from Penguin Sledding, just keeping it a little fresh every single round. King's going to take down PSH though, and that's a big push. And now they're committing onto this A site, and Grapefruit Techniques are allowing it to happen at the moment. But no, Zaboda gets taken down by Taro, and this is looking bad again for Grapefruit Techniques.
Yeah, Grapefruit are just losing their members. They're just not able to get any trades at all. Now just leaving it to Giovanni and also Brew. We've seen them do some miraculous things, but they definitely need to come up now. Brew and Giovanni, they're just painting a beautiful picture. It's like poetry. And now King, the last member alive, he had all his team surviving, and now he's thinking, what do I do? You guys are falling apart, and now that's going to be match point here for Grapefruit.
Oh, and Giovanni able
Match
to
point.
get the last penguin off of his sled there in that round. And here it is, match point for Grapefruit Techniques. They definitely still have a lot of work on their hands. I mean, Penguin Sledding could really take this to an overtime by how strong they have been in these attacker rounds. But it looks like there was a lot of pings from Penguin Sledding on the A side, so they might try and get this mid control and push into the A side. But still, I don't know.
I mean, really, like, the A site for Penguin has been very successful. I mean, we've seen time and time again, they get it, they get the control. But I mean, this particular round, Grapefruit, like, they had the best retake we've seen, I think, so far in this entire match. And the fact that they had a 2-on-5, that's just phenomenal.
Yeah, it looked really good for them. And now Penguin Sledding, their attack is falling apart here. 3 members left alive. They do still have 2 ultimates left at their disposal. But this is going to be a really tough retake, or excuse me, push onto site for Penguin Sledding. Giovanni sending in the recon dart, might actually catch some members of Penguin Sledding out. But you don't know. You just don't know in this situation.
I mean, really, it's just anyone's game. I mean, we see the ultimate actually still is available for Brew on the defensive side, and also the Rolling Thunder from the Breach, where we do have 2 ults on Penguin, but not as, you know, the more impactful ones in a situation like this when you're down so many numbers. We'll have to
30
see what they can
seconds
make
left.
use of right now. They're pushing through. The trades are coming back
One
and forth.
player
Now
standing.
making it a 2-on-4, making it the 1-on-4, but that is going to be that Grapefruit.
Defenders win.
Brew comes up big with the Sova, and they take the match.
Wow. And what a take it was. I mean, the first half starting at 9-3 against Penguins Sledding, and on the second half, Penguin bring themselves all the way up to, I can't remember exactly what the number was, 9 rounds, I do believe, or 10 rounds.
I
Just
think it was, yeah.
pretty intense from them. Like, GG's to them, because it looked dire for them in that first half. Like, absolutely dominated by Grapefruit Techniques. Moving on to the second half, and they get on the attacker side, and they just all of a sudden just look so dominant. King was able to be a really aggressive sentinel in that cipher pick, and they could have taken that all the way, is what I'm trying to say.
I know, I definitely think so. And King was definitely one of those players. I'm not sure who's going to get MVP, but King definitely making some big frags and a lot of damage just across the board. So, but I mean, no surprise here. PSH going to be that MVP with 27-13 with a combat score of 334.
Wow.
I mean, definitely as a Killjoy, holy.
Starting to really see some meta picks here. I mean, Grapefruit Techniques, if you notice in their agent selections, there is not a single duelist on their roster. You have the 2 sentinels, you've got 3 initiators, and so 0 duelists. And I don't know if that was what actually pushed them over to the edge to be able to like win out. But either way, like what a game, and our first game of Icebox in the Valorant Sunday Showdown. I loved it. It was fun.
You know, honestly, I thought it was great. I know playing it was, pretty difficult at first, but I mean, watching it and just seeing what teams were doing, it was very interesting on the variety of tactics that they did. And I mean, that's just going to open up the door for even more stuff. So looking forward, and maybe we'll even have more later today here on the VSS.
We might. I mean, some people are starting to pick. I think people are getting used to Icebox. There's like half of them, I don't know, half the community that really loves it, and then the other half that absolutely hates it and will ban it every single time without question. And I feel like if those people who actually like it really get it under their belts, they can use that to their advantage and get some really big wins under their belts. But yeah, that was a really fun time on Icebox for the first time.
Yeah, and Icebox definitely reminds me a lot of Split, because I think Split to
Yeah.
me, like, I love Split, but I know a lot of pro teams and a lot of teams in general, they don't like
They hate it.
There's a lot of different opinions about it. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's going to be it for the group stage of this Valorant Sunday Showdown, the number 30th of the Valorant Sunday Showdown, which is pretty insane to me. We've been doing this for 30 weeks, 30 iterations of the VSS, which is pretty crazy. And thanks, Laz, for jumping on again to the 30th VSS. What a great time to jump in with the first Icebox pick. And I mean, hopefully we've given you some fun stuff to cast here.
No, and I definitely want to give a big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for having me here today. What a great event so far. Looking forward to watching the rest of today. And I hope to be back soon again. But that's going to be it from me. I mean, thank you again for the opportunity. It's been a phenomenal day.
Yeah, of course. So we are going to jump onto a little bit of a bigger break here. We're going to jump into top 32 right after this. See you then.